The Detroit Lions are one of the biggest Super Bowl contenders this season and are quite frankly one of the best teams in the NFL. Now, you never like to lose a player like Aiden Hutchinson, but since they did, they needed to go out and bring someone in that can, add some, a dynamic off the edge for this Detroit Lions defense. And they did exactly that by getting Browns edge rusher Za'Darius Smith. Now, this is a guy you do not want to leave on one-on-ones quite often. If you do, you will regret it. I believe he had 5 or 6 sacks this season, and PFF ranked him as one of the highest ranked edges or defensive ends in football so far this season. Now, what I wanted to do in this video specifically was break down who Za'Darius Smith is and what he adds to this football team. Now, if you guys don't know about the trade yet, you guys received a 2026 7th, and Za'Darius Smith gave up a 5th this year and a 6th next year. Now, look at this play here. So, the defensive line is actually going to stack 3 players on the left side of this offensive line. Sorry about that. The reason they do this is because they want these one-on-ones. Obviously, you're probably going to double team to the outside with Myles Garrett. Now, what a lot of teams like to do here is motion someone in line here to chip off Za'Darius Smith. And in this case scenario, they don't do it. Right now, look at Za'Darius Smith absolutely demoralize that right tackle, drive him all the way back to Dak Prescott, and then finish off the sack. This is unbelievable. These are the type of plays that you can see him in Detroit. And man, you talk about a fit personality-wise. This dude's going to want to run through a wall for Dan Campbell. He's going to make game-winning plays in game-winning moments. I cannot wait to see what he does in week 13, 14, 15 when he's fully acclimated here in Detroit. I think he's going to be an absolute dog. So, like I said, we're going to break down a ton of film, and I'm going to show you exactly why Za'Darius Smith is going to be a fan favorite in Detroit, not only for this year, but maybe even the future to come. All right, here's another play. One thing I love about Za'Darius Smith is the versatility of, being able to line him up all over the football field. On this play specifically, he's going to be more on the interior than the exterior. Now, we're going to see him get right through the guard by, getting his off hand on the left shoulder of the guard, and then he is going to swipe through or punch through with his right hand, gets right through there, and then gets in there for a sack on Jayden Daniels, who is one of the probably top-end quarterbacks in this league in terms of avoiding pressure and extending plays with his legs. On this play, there's no getting away from Za'Darius Smith. Look at this footwork as well. Great job initiating that contact with the left, driving through with the right, and then forcing his way just through that offensive line. I actually do want to watch this from the other angle as well, just so you guys can get a little bit of a better look. So here we go. Za'Darius Smith on this left side. Honestly, I can turn my camera off for you guys. So here we go once again. A little bit on the inside. They want to make sure that this tackle has to get outside. See, this is what I think you should do to Za'Darius Smith. Chip him with a tight end, chip him with a running back or a wide receiver, and then have a tackle out here as well. You cannot leave him on these one-on-one situations, and if you do, you're going to be beat almost every single time. That's how special of a player he is, and I think he's going to be extremely special overall. I think he ranked top 30 in overall grade pass rush and run defense. So you're getting a versatile, great player over here in Za'Darius Smith. All right, here we go again. Now, once again, we'll see a tight end in line on the right side. He's only there so he can chip this, edge rusher number 54. And Za'Darius Smith is going to be the lone interior defensive lineman among, 3 offensive linemen, right? Now, what he's going to do here is initiate some contact with big number 71 towards the outside, but then he's going to rip back into the inside. Watch this play. All right, so here we go. Again, I mean, that interior, that A-gap is wide open, right? No one's even over the center, over the guards. We're really spread out wide here. So boom, initiate contact with the defensive tackle. The reason they do this is so they try to get this edge really off coming quick with no ability for this tackle to get out there. It doesn't really work the way they wanted to on this play specifically, but now he's going to rip through this guard, Alex Kappa, get right by him, and then again, secures another sack here. I mean, this is all this season. I'm not showing you any film from 2017. No, this is film from the last couple of weeks here. This dude has been just a dominant force throughout this season so far, and he's gonna make. I mean, I can't even begin to think about what him and Aiden Hutchinson could do next season. I'm more, thinking about what he's going to do this season right now with this team and potentially making a Super Bowl run. And, the most important thing in football, guys, listen, the most important thing in football is, one, protecting your quarterback, which they do at a great level, and two, getting to the opposing quarterback, right? Whenever you can put pressure on a quarterback, you can generate one of 5 different outcomes, right? A sack, a forced fumble, an interception, a bad pass, a bad decision, right? And Za'Darius Smith is definitely going to help out with that. Now, before we get any further, there are a couple more plays I wanted to break down for you guys. Do me a big favor. One, hit that like button if you want me to continue to post Detroit Lions videos and, film reviews. All you got to do is hit the like button. But more importantly, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And we will be covering the Lions throughout the entirety of the season, which means offensive, defensive, individual player breakdown for almost every single game. Got you guys covered. And then here's a play versus Lamar Jackson. This one should be fun. All right, here's another great play by Za'Darius Smith. We're going to notice he's about 2 yards outside of the right tackle. The reason they do this is, in film study, they can really pinpoint and understand who are the slower right tackles, who are the slower left tackles, who can they really line up out wide and just run by. Now, this is one of those situations where maybe he doesn't initially win the rep, but uses his strength and his power to, one, bring back that tackle. But one thing about him as well is he's always going to try to understand what the quarterback is doing. Now, in this play specifically, we're going to get a middle linebacker blitz here, or a second level blitz by 43. He's going to get into the backfield. Now, one thing about Lamar Jackson is if you do this, if you blitz, you better get him, because if you don't, there's a massive lane for him to run up the field and pick up a massive gain of yards, right? But Za'Darius Smith is going to spin to the outside and contain that edge. Lamar Jackson's not able to do anything on the play, and they end up getting a sack. Again, I believe they gave him full credit for this one, which they should, because if you look at this play, I mean, Lamar Jackson's gone. He is gone. If Za'Darius Smith is not there, this is a massive pickup. Now, again, I know he didn't, really hit him or anything, just literally smacked him. But, again, huge play. Huge play here by Za'Darius Smith. That's why I want to show you he can contain quick quarterbacks. He can, make plays on statues in the pocket, whatever it may be. This guy's going to come in here and make a big difference, I'm telling you. All right, here we go again. So I wanted to show a little bit of how he is in the running game. Now, again, he was ranked, I believe, 33rd among 192 edge rushers. Oh, actually, no, 59th out of 192 in terms of run defense. So 59th is actually upper echelon. It's still very, very good. Now, we're going to get a play here. We're going to get a little bit of misdirection, maybe a fake jet sweep here to Quentin Johnston, and then just a handoff up the middle to J.K. Dobbins. Watch Za'Darius Smith, kind of split both these offensive linemen. I believe it's a tight end and a tackle. Boom, gets right through and just makes a big play in the backfield. Again, this dude can just make plays every single time, and someone you just want on your football team. And I think he fits the culture of what the Detroit Lions are trying to do. Someone who has versatility, dynamic, and the ability to go 100% high motor every single play. Za'Darius Smith is going to be quite the find here in Detroit. I think he's going to slowly become a fan favorite as time goes on. Now, with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. Make sure you guys do me a big favor. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next Detroit Lions update. Peace.